What's up, my codes? Anyways, y'all, let's get cozy. All right, y'all comfortable? All right, let's talk about it. People is always asking me, how did I become legally blind? And honestly, it's a story that I try to avoid telling because I just don't like to relive that whole traumatic situation that I went through. I did not expect like one day waking up and having my whole life change before my eyes. My dreams, my career, my life plans. It was like all failing. After one surgery, one goddamn diagnosis. Man, when I tell y'all like that was just terrible. All that turned into years of fighting for my life. So tonight I am telling y'all the full story. Not for sympathy, but just simply to motivate somebody that's out there going through any type of turmoil. If it's anything with a disability, if it's something new, change like life changing in their life that happened, and they just feeling down, I'm gonna tell my story so y'all can be uplifted. Okay. Before all this happened, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say my life was perfect because it really wasn't. But I was in the midst of trying to figure it all out. I was working for the health department, and honestly, they didn't see my growth, so I decided let me go ahead and remove myself from that situation. I really wanted more for myself. That's when I decided, okay, Courtney, just move back home. Maybe you'll have a fresh start. No. I was working jobs after jobs that was so unfulfilling. Not only that, I just felt stuck. I just felt like I wasn't moving. I felt lost. And the crazy part about it, y'all, I had prayed before I did this big old jump. I did this big old move. God told me, I got you. Don't worry. Make that move. And I did it. But in the whole midst of it all, I was still feeling stuck. And then it didn't make it no better because that's when COVID had hit. And I'm just like, bruh. Eventually, y'all, I had decided, okay, enough is enough. Let me take my cousin up on that offer and move to Texas. And when I tell y'all that was the best move ever because I end up healing the right way. I end up enrolling back into school. I was back on the straight and narrow, y'all. God has a really funny way of showing you that it might be good right now, but let me see if you can handle some more stuff. And little did I know, baby, I was in a rude awakening. One thing people don't know about me is that I always wanted to be a nurse. It's just something about helping people. It always geared to me. Like I always yearned to help somebody in need. I think that's why I used to work at the nursing home when I was 16. That's why I ended up going to the health department. I felt like my calling was in the field of nursing or in the field of health, something in that nature. Y'all want to know something? Me in and out the hospitals in Texas, oh my God, that made me just want to be a nurse even more. Because when I tell y'all, it was just a couple, like literally a handful of nurses that genuinely cared and actually seen me for who I am and not just tossing me around, ignoring me. Like some of them was so rude to the point I was just timid. And I was scared to even press the button to ask them for a cup of water. The two nurses that did help me and understood me, they the best. And I pray they get all the blessings they deserve because y'all wanted to be in that field and y'all deserve to be in that field. I still have not given up on that dream because y'all know what? I'm going to get this eyesight back. This just temporary. So how it all started. So I remember this morning like it wasn't nothing. I literally woke up and could not open my eyes, y'all. They were swollen completely shut. No lie, y'all. I felt like I was looking like I'm laughing. But no, I felt like Martin off of that boxing episode when he got out of that boxing ring. Yeah, yeah, I was looking just like that, minus the damn knots. But them eyes, baby, they ain't have they couldn't stand a chance. All I know, y'all, the first person I decided to call was my granddaddy. I was like, hey Siri, call daddy. And no lie, he answered on the first ring. One thing, I love my granddaddy to death. He answered on the first ring, and all I told him, can you pray for me? After my granddaddy got done praying, my friends ended up taking me to a retinol place. They immediately told me I had to go to Baskin Palmer, y'all. Baskin Palmer is all the way in Miami. So imagine that. My mama ended up driving me. No, my friend ended up driving me to Miami. My mama ended up meeting me there because once I got to Baskin Palmer, y'all, them people told me, oh, yes, immediate surgery now. And I was like, huh? They say, yes, first thing in the morning. We cannot let your eyes go like this. My cornea had literally torn. I was panicking because for the simple fact it's COVID. I couldn't be with nobody. They made everybody leave. Then they would, y'all know them COVID tests they were making us do. Like it was just too much. After they had did that surgery, I honestly thought that surgery was working because for a little short period of time, I ain't gonna say for a short period of time, for a little period of time, it was working. Like my vision had them returned. I could see. I was driving, y'all. Like I was back to normal as I thought. So now we're gonna fast forward to 2023. The irritation was back, light sensitivity, barely being able to open my eyes. Deep down, y'all, I already knew what time it was, and I just had to prepare myself. But how could you really prepare yourself for what's really going to happen? I was living in Texas. I kept receiving transplant after transplant after transplants. And I'm just like, hey, pause on the goddamn transplants, okay? Let's get to the root cause of it all because this is not working. That was just so hard to endure every single time you go to them. They saying surgery, surgery, surgery. Like, I'm already going through enough. I didn't just want another surgery. I needed answers. I wanted answers. Eventually, they decided to listen and say, hey, we see that this is not just an eye issue. My immune system was attacking my eyes, y'all. And when I tell y'all, trying to see a rheumatologist in Texas is 0 out of motherfucking 10, negative 38 out of goddamn 10. Because why the hell does it take 2 years to even see a rheumatologist to even get in? And mind y'all, I have insurance. So you know what I had to do? I had to pack this stuff up and head back to Florida because as soon as I called somebody in Florida, baby, they was willing to see me instantly. Like the next day type shit. Ended up testing me for several autoimmune disorders, disease, and lupus and Behçet's is being one of them. And honestly, they all came back negative. I do have HS, which is hidradenitis suppurativa. That is a chronic inflammatory skin disorder. And I probably should have said that in the beginning, but I do have that, and they had basically said that could be also a reason why my immune system is attacking my eyes. Instead of all the doctors saying, let's rush back into another eye surgery, they said, no, we're going to put her on some infusions, which they gave me Inflectra. They also gave me some prednisone to calm all the inflammation down. And once all the inflammation had got down, that's when they decided, boom, let's do the 6 cornea transplant. After everything, I still end up losing my vision enough for me to be legally blind. Hearing the words legally blind, when I tell y'all, that changed me. Like mentally, I was not okay. That was the hardest battle. I was so messed up. I went into a deep depression. I cried every single night, y'all. I barely ate. I was questioning God constantly. What did I do? Like, why me? God, he have a funny way of showing me things. There were days like I truly hit rock bottom. Legit rock bottom. I had started seeing a therapist. I saw 2 therapists during my time. The first one wasn't so good. The second was actually perfect, but due to an insurance issue, I had to just, cut it off. At the end of the day, I had to start leaning on my faith. Started praying more than I ever had before. I even started journaling, video journals. And I'm just like, look how far you have come. I isolated myself from everybody. Like, it wasn't because I hated people and I just didn't want to be around them. It was because I had to learn who I was becoming. Like, I'd never been this person before. I had to learn to navigate through this life through my new lens. Literally. I had to grieve the old version of myself in order to accept the new version of myself. That was not easy at all, but it damn sure was necessary. Actually, I had to come to the realization that no control over what happened to my eyesight, but I could control what I did with my life. That's when I realized, hey, let's start making content. I love talking, I love storytelling, I love keeping up with the celebrity news. Like, I like deep diving. And don't get me started with the TikTok drama, because baby, I be down that rabbit hole. Just really love being in the mix. I decided, hey, why not turn something that you love to do into a whole content type of thing? That's when I made Critice. And in 2025, y'all, I was going viral on TikTok. A couple of my videos was going viral on TikTok. And when I tell y'all I was on a high, I felt like I had purpose again. Content creation is something that reminded me that I still have value that I can give out to the world. Not if it's drama, or even it's something for you to laugh at, or even some type of motivation. I'm giving it to y'all. Do I still struggle with accepting the fact that I am legally blind? Absolutely. There were some days that I really wish that everything was different. I'm still not completely comfortable with going places by myself, even though like I have to go to my doctor's appointments and everything. When I tell y'all, I be a nervous wreck. Doing that all by myself, I'm just like, I have anxiety the night before or the day before, or even right before. I still have anxiety, but then I start getting to praying. I'm like, Lord, while I'm inside these Ubers, Lord, protect me. But one thing I can say, I am so proud of how far I've come. Right now, today, I nanny during the daytime and I create content at night. I'm building my platforms brick by brick, mentally stronger than what I was a few years ago. I'm still healing, I'm still growing, and I'm still learning. I am still keeping God at the center of it all. If you're watching this and you feel like you're at a season where life had completely changed, I want you to know this. It's okay to grieve the life that you thought you once was going to have. It's okay to cry. It's okay to ask God questions, but please don't stay there. Sometimes God just don't end your story right there. He rewrites your story just for a new chapter. Look at me. I never thought that I'd be sitting right here as a legally blind content creator, sharing my life stories, sharing different type of content all over the world just to entertain you guys and to motivate others. I'm living proof that your purpose does not disappear just because your plans changed. Thank you for listening to my story. And if this have touched you in any type of way, I would like y'all to subscribe to my channel, like, share. And if anybody is going through any type of situation and you feel like this story would touch them as well, go ahead and share it to a friend. I'm Cole, and this have been Life with Cole. Let's talk about it. I will see y'all on the next episode. All right, y'all. Bye.